Hey everybody. Let's see here. Just adjust that just a smidge. Welcome to Alone Together Tuesdays. I'm your host, Carll. Here every Tuesday, just about. Episode 16, I believe. Thank y'all for tuning in. And let's just give it a second. I'm going to just make sure I got everything set up. I'm in the doghouse tonight, which means, I don't know what it means. It's where I am. So give me a minute and let a few people trickle in, and let me make sure I got all my ducks in a row. I don't know what it means. All right. I'm looking forward to playing some music for you, telling some stories, and maybe answer some questions and take requests. I don't know. I'm just gonna. You'd think after all this time I'd have it figured out what I'm doing, but I don't. I'm every night's an adventure. But thank y'all for tagging along with me. The moon is slowly rising. It's really not surprising after all. She's there most every night, smiling on the lovers, always shining on the others, and bathing in the sun's reflected light. But later on she'll fade away, hidden by the break of day that always comes too soon. Poor little thing, she's just a jealous moon. She plays above the water, watching sailors, tramps, and daughters live their lives and slowly fade away. Night after night, year after year, the ones she knows will disappear into a world she never gets to stay. And she would do most anything to open up her heart and sing, but no one hears her tune. Poor little thing, and she's just a jealous moon. And no one ever asked her how she got so high, way up there forever in the lonely sky. She watches through the seasons, hoping without reason that someday someone will take her home. But life goes on without her. No one ever asks about her or lets her know that she's not alone. And it breaks her heart that down below rivers run and flowers grow, but she can't feel them bloom. Poor little thing, and she's just a jealous moon. stars are growing bolder, the nights are getting colder as they paint the final light across the sky. But closer to the atmosphere, the one she knows just disappear, and she can say goodnight and say goodbye. She never really goes away, just hidden by another day that always comes too soon. Poor little thing, she's just a jealous moon. Poor little thing, she's just a jealous moon. All right. Welcome everybody to Alone Together Tuesdays. That song is called Jealous Moon, and it's one that I wrote with the legendary J.D. Souther, who is in all the halls of fames. Not just one, but all of them. Actually, I don't know if that's true, but I know I think he's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. He's in the Songwriters Hall of Fame, and he's in the Texan. I don't know. He's got a lot of fame. He's very good. It's very well deserved. All right. Yeah, there's a hurricane. There's 2 hurricanes heading towards my old stomping grounds. Thoughts are with everybody tonight back in Texas and Louisiana. I hope you guys are hunkered down, and or better yet, on the road and out of town. But here's to you if you're having a hurricane party. I hope it's a good one. Okay. Let's see here. I lit the fire, poured out the bottle, asked the moonlight what it might have seen. If it answered, well, I can't remember. I fell down into the American dream. I've been too long in the devil's workshop, so I'm driving a backbone to change the scenery. Here comes the horses through purgatory. They go down into the American dream. Summertime sunshine, shine on me. Won't you show me where I'm going? I found an old friend in El Dorado, like Harry Dean Stanton on a driving screen. Tumbleweed blowing through Paris, Texas. He fell down into the American dream. Some bleached dresses waving from a clothesline. Come Saturday evening, they'll have a place to be. I picked some flowers to take to her mama. I fell down into the American dream. Summertime sunshine, shine on me. Won't you show me where I'm going? I'm leaving San Francisco for New Orleans. I can hear that rooster crowing. Spit and polish the ancient story. Love and glory, gold and green. Nothing nothing changes, even if it wants to. We go down into the American dream. We go down, baby, Norman Mailer, New Orleans. We go down, baby. Won't somebody tell me what it means? All right, American Dream. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Yeah, it's been a rough week. As a lot of y'all know, Justin Towns Earl passed away this week, and yeah, just a real loss. I knew Justin a little bit. We met a handful of times, and we're in the same line of work and cross paths here and there. Had a lot of mutual friends, but we also shared family. And he was a very, very talented guy. Yeah, so my condolences to his family and his friends. That's a rough one. Do this one for him. Rambling boy, you've been around, from Dallas to the underground, high above and down below, the places I was scared to go. You sang it loud in case they heard, hanging on to every word, and gentle as a lullaby, with firecrackers in your eyes. And I would give anything for one more night to run, for one last song to sing. You weren't asking much at all, just catch you when you fall on your own, a long way home. And what's that sadness in your smile? Have you been crying all the while? And could you lean upon my shoulder? I guess you die or just get older. So what are we supposed to do? Just walk around forever blue, and all this hurry up and wait? Was it chance or was it fate? I would give anything for one more night to run, for one last song to sing. You weren't asking much at all, just catch you when you fall on your own. The long way home. You weren't asking much at all. Just catch you when you fall on your own. The long way home. Yeah. All right, everybody. Thank y'all for being here. I appreciate it. It's good to see y'all. This is every week I say this. This is the highlight of my week, it's really the way that I can connect with people still during this pandemic. It's I've been pretty holed up, with the exception I took a road trip with my son, which was a lot of fun, but we didn't really do a ton of socializing, and I've been here a lot in the house, so this keeps me feeling connected. Getting to do this every Tuesday makes me not crazy, and just knowing y'all are out there, I can't really talk to you, but I can ask you questions and read your comments and correspond via mail with everybody. So I hope everybody got the postcards this week. I've got some new ones coming next week, so I'll talk more about that later. But, let's see here. I'll do a song here about the beach. And we just talked about the hurricanes are coming back to back. That's a tough one. When I moved to Crystal Beach, Texas, on the Bolivar Peninsula in 1998, the first week that I was there was a tropical storm, which was just dangerous enough to be exciting, but not really, like I wasn't in any danger, but it could do damage. And it did. The first week I was there, I sat there on my porch and watched the house next door wash away. The tide would come in, and every time I would go out, it would take part in the sand in the yard, and eventually the house just fell over and washed out to the sea. I say next door. I was a few rows back. I wasn't front row, but and I sat up there on my porch with just some beer and some groceries and played Noah, because all these animals were flooded out of their homes, and so they all came up on my porch because I was feeding them, and so yeah, I had a raccoon and a possum and squirrels and a giraffe and all kinds of stuff. Anyway, I'm gonna do a song about my beach days. It's a different breed down there. This is one I wrote about some bars I used to play at. And I like to describe it. I had an Uncle Lonnie who came down there for a while. I was living on the beach, and late in his life, and he ran a snow cone truck. He would go out on the beach and sell snow cones. And and sometimes, you know, and he would do some contracting work and different things. He was a jack of all trades and a really fun guy. And we'd go out drinking sometimes, and I took him to one of these bars that I thought was pretty tough. I grew up in the suburbs, so to me it was, you know, a pretty rough place. And he said, "This is nothing, you know." But where I grew up in North Houston, he said, where I grew up, they'd check you for guns when you walked in the bar. And if you didn't have one, they'd give you one. Eight-line machine and a sailor's daughter. Something makes them crazy growing up on the water. Playing for my supper 6 nights a week. Hurricanes, Easter, and New Year's Eve. 410 walls, now there ain't much left. Looking like a homeless cheers on meth. Homer's in the corner, breaking up a fight. Good Lord, I hope I get paid tonight. I got a gig, baby. Sorry. Did I say a giraffe? I keep seeing comments about a giraffe. Maybe I did say giraffe. There wasn't really a giraffe on my porch, but I did get stoned the other night and look at giraffes for a long time. A fascinating animal. They got the little horns on it. Let's see, where were we? Burnt fried chicken and a Lone Star beer. Cops and the kids, they drink free around here. Girl behind the bar, taking what she's giving. Lying about her past and trying to make a living. A broke pool table and some hard luck cues. Go tell your mama I done paid my dues. Everyone around here knows my name. 6 nights a week in a neon flame. I got a gig, baby. I got a gig. Now there's an old line tamer parked behind the bar with 100 pounds of weed and a stolen car. Oil patch boys and girls who went to college. Rules you don't break and laws that ain't acknowledged. A barefoot shrimper with a pistol up his sleeve. Some will go to heaven and some will never leave. Pills in the tip jar, blood on the strings. Oh Lord, I never thought I'd see these things. I got a gig, baby. I got a gig. Eight-line machine and a sailor's daughter. Something makes them crazy growing up on the water. Playing for my supper 6 nights a week. Hurricanes, Easter, and New Year's Eve. I got a gig, baby. I got a gig. I got a gig, baby. Oh, I got a gig. Yes, I do. Yes, I did. I actually had a gig this week. First time in 5 months. I mean, I consider these gigs, but when I finish, there's no clapping or anything. So it's almost, you know, depending on my state of mind, it's not real. It is real, but it's different. It's a different thing. You know, I have to look to I have to imagine y'all are like at home, you know, fists in the air, shouting, high-fiving each other, to kind of make it work for me. But I did a show the other night in Nashville with actual, people were there, and I could see them. They were spread out, and it was a little weird, because there was they take it really serious here, this whole social distancing. They have a 40-yard policy between between tables. So there was only, I don't know, 8 people or something, but it was still, it felt good to do a show. 2 shows actually, an early and a late. And yeah, I've had a lot of shows canceled, so it was nice to get back on stage again. Let's see, that's that. In that song, some of y'all may have noticed when I wasn't talking about giraffes, I mentioned there's a lion tamer. And the story behind that is so when I lived down in Crystal Beach, I used to hang out at this place called Bob's Sports Bar and World Famous Grill. And there was a guy that would come in there sometimes named Mike. And Mike was the kind of guy who could get you things that you might want but not be able to get from a traditional store. And Mike was pretty successful at it, I think. But rather than spend his money on like the typical things for people who did that, like he didn't have like fancy cars or like nice clothes. He generally, I think, had a golf cart and didn't wear a shirt. But he spent his money on wild exotic animals. And he had a zoo, a literal zoo down there on the beach. And there was all kinds of stuff. I don't think there was a giraffe, but I mean, I would have seen it, probably. But he had all kinds of stuff down there. But the crown jewel of his collection, his wild animal collection, was this full-grown African lion that he had somehow smuggled down onto the Bolivar Peninsula. And he used to bring it out to my shows. He would put it in one of those trailers with the bars on the back, like a horse trailer, but not for horses. And he would hook it up to the golf cart, and he would drive it down to the show. And Bob's was, I'd be playing, there was 2 mannequins of the Blues Brothers on my right, and then there was floor-to-ceiling windows behind me, and then a gravel parking lot, and then Highway 87, and then the Gulf of Mexico. And in front of me were like a lot of TVs and slot machines, 8-line machines. And anyway, Mike would bring those, he would back the lion up sometimes right behind the stage. So people were at the club, they could see, if they looked up from their slot machine or from the baseball game they were watching, then not only would they see me and my tip jar, but sometimes they would see this full-grown African lion there behind me. So it was a little extra, value for your entertainment dollar. And a few years later, actually several years later, I was out on tour in the UK, and Hurricane Ike came and just destroyed the Bolivar Peninsula. It was a direct hit, and just wiped it out. 90% of the buildings disappeared. My home washed away. My car washed away. Bob's washed away. I couldn't even find my neighborhood when I got back. It took a long time because it was like an atom bomb that went off. It was awful. But at the time, I was overseas and I couldn't get any sort of information about what had happened. And I asked around. I didn't ask around. I was looking for the news, and nobody had anything to say about it because Bolivar was so remote. And then one night I was about to go on stage in London, and this woman came up and brought a newspaper, like the London Times, and on the front page of the newspaper was the lion that used to come hang out at my shows, a picture of it. And I found out what had happened was that when Mike heard that the storm was coming, he did the Christian thing and set all of his animals free. And I don't know what became of the rest of them, but the lion, I guess, instinctually went to high ground, which was a church 3 feet above sea level. And it went and just hung out there. And there were a few locals who decided they were going to try and ride out the storm as well. And eventually they realized that was a terrible idea. And so they went looking for high ground, which was this church 3 feet above sea level. And they walked in and there was a lion there. But I guess they recognized him from my shows and figured it was okay, and it was better than the alternative. And so they went in and hung out. And it was 3 days before the National Guard could come and rescue everybody. So for 72 hours, there was this like redneck life of Pi situation going on there. Anyway, I know that was a really long anecdote, but I also know a lot of y'all are paying attention to the lyrics, and you heard that line tamer, and you were like, "What's that about, Hayes?" And so, anyway, there we go. That's the story there. All right. I don't know why I just turned off my microphone, but I felt like mixing it up. Let's do this. Well, when I'm lying in my bed at night, I don't want to grow up. Yeah, nothing ever seems to turn out right, and I don't want to grow up. Seem like folks turn into things that they never want. The only thing to live for is today. I'm gonna put a hole in my TV set, and I don't want to grow up. Yeah, gonna open up the medicine chest, and I don't wanna grow up. I don't wanna have to shout it out. I don't want my hair to fall out. I don't wanna be filled with doubt. I don't wanna be a good Boy Scout. I don't wanna have to learn to count. I don't wanna have the biggest amount. I don't wanna grow up. When I see my parents fight, I don't wanna grow up. Yeah, they all go out drinking all night, and I don't wanna grow up. I'd rather stay here in my room, nothing out there but sad and gloom. I don't wanna live in a big old tomb on Grant Street. When I see the 5 o'clock news, I don't wanna grow up. Yeah, they comb their hair and they shine their shoes, and I don't wanna grow up. When I see the price you pay, I don't wanna grow up. Nah, I don't ever wanna be that way, and I don't wanna grow up. It seems like folks turn into things. I'm gonna put a hole in my TV set. I don't wanna grow up. Yeah, I'm gonna open up the medicine chest, and I don't wanna grow up. I've already done this verse and the other one. I'm sorry, Mr. Waits. All right, well, yeah, I don't know what happened there. I forgot the words. Sometimes I do that. Sometimes I start reading these comments. I saw somebody saying the sound was, they were having troubles with it. And then I start thinking about that, and then it all goes to hell. But I encourage comments. I just need to be better and more self-disciplined about not reading them now. I like to read them after the show. So please let me know where you're coming from. Say hey to each other. Invite your friends over here. Let's hang out. I got quite a few more songs to do, and I'm glad to see y'all here. So let's see. I gotta redeem myself for that one. I tell you what, y'all, if you got any requests, why don't you send one in, and maybe that'll help me get back on the ball here. And while y'all are writing it out for me to pick one, I'm gonna show you. So these are the 2 postcards for folks who support the show. For folks who support the show through PayPal. It sends your email address, and I mail you, not your email, your physical address. An email too, I think, but I don't start like email correspondence. But I do send postcards to your home address, and if you're on Venmo, please, and you'd like a postcard, please leave your address, and I'll make sure you get one. And like I said, I have new ones. I bought 6 new ones. I designed them. It's fun for me. So I've got a bunch now. So every week I'm gonna have a new postcard that I'll mail out. And I figured out, I finally bit the bullet and got stamps to mail overseas. So if you're in Canada or in Europe, I'm finally going to man up and send you a postcard. But it costs $27 in stamps to mail it. So just think about that, you know, what the exchange, what a fair exchange would be. Anyway, all right, let's see. I'll do another song that I'll probably screw up. The boys were emptying their glasses as I ran out the first line. It's no eternal mystery, you don't need a hard-earned clue. Why some men do their damnedest when half a damn would do. There's a lifetime in the distance and it's filled with love and gold, and I'll find it yet if I may be so bold. Yeah, some men do the conqueror and some men do the wheel, and some will do most anything to hide the way they feel. And some like giving orders and some like to be told, but I make my way if I may be so bold. Bold enough to make a difference, bold enough to say I care, bold enough to keep on trying even when the will's not there. There's a whole world out there waiting full of stories to be told, and I heed the call and tell them all if I may be so bold. The boys were emptying their glasses as the true believers will, with what I guess these days passes for a good time or a thrill. And they're trying hard to convince you, but I don't believe you're sold, so I'll step right up if I may be so bold. Bold enough to make a difference, bold enough to say I care, bold enough to keep on trying even when the game's not fair. There's a whole world out there waiting full of dreams that can't be sold, and I heed the call and live them all if I may be so bold. No! Stumbled around these country towns and swallowed up the sea. I've wrestled with the question of just who I aim to be. I've been dealt hands I had to laugh at, and some hands I'd love to fold, but I play them all if I may be so bold. Bold enough to not surrender, bold enough to give a damn, bold enough to keep on moving or to stay right where I am. There's a whole world out there waiting full of stories to be told, and I heed the call and tell them all if I may be so bold. Yeah, I tell them all if I may be so bold. All right, I think it's Dottie time. Here's D, everybody. Oh yeah, special prayer for all my California friends. It looks brutal out there. I hope y'all are staying safe. And yeah, I just talked to a buddy today or yesterday out in San Francisco, and yeah, it's pretty bleak. So anyway, prayers are with y'all, and the folks down on the coast. I don't know, any other national weather emergencies and disasters going on that I should be aware of? I'm in Tennessee right now. I guess we have tornadoes. We had a pretty bad one not too long ago. But I don't know. I don't know where the best place to live is to avoid getting your home destroyed by nature. Minnesota, maybe? They don't have anything there. They just freeze to death, but all right. Just couldn't see the sun for a week here in the valley. Well, yeah. All right, everybody, let's see. I'm gonna do this. I haven't done this in a long time. You told your mama, you told your pa, mama called the preacher, and your daddy called the law. It's alright, it's alright. Everything's gonna be okay. We just won't come home on Christmas or any other holiday. You say behave yourself, I say I'll try. You say don't go out tonight, and I say why? It's okay, it's okay. Everything's gonna be just fine. You can fall asleep in your bed, honey. Me, I will just toss and turn in mine. You're making money, honey. You're gonna be a star. I lie around all day and play guitar. It's okay, it's okay. Everything's gonna be alright. I make breakfast every morning, sugar, and sing you lullabies at night. Well, you like checkers, me, I like chess. I like you naked, baby, but you like to dress. It's okay, it's okay. Everything's gonna be just fine. Every Friday, naked checkers, honey, I bet you beat me every time. You told your mama, you told your pa, mama called the preacher, and your daddy called the law. It's alright, it's alright. Everything's gonna be okay. We just won't come home on Christmas or any other holiday. Oh, we just won't come home on Christmas or any other holiday. Kind of forgot that thing at the end there, but that's all right. No, it's not actually, because if you're gonna mess up, you should mess up in the beginning, not the end, because that's the last thing they remember is the part in the end. So anyway, let's see. I was just reading something. Somebody said that we're watching from our car as we evacuate ahead of Laura's visit. Well, man, that's hardcore. All right. From Hayes Carll to Todd Snyder. Sweet. I'm not sure what that means, but next week, Alone Together Tuesday is going to be back at the Purple Building. Todd Snyder's joint over in East Nashville. I did a show back about 6 weeks ago from there, and I had such a good time, and that I asked them if I could come back. And they thought about it. They had a meeting. They deliberated. And they said, sure, why not? It's a pandemic. Normally, I think they have standards that I probably wouldn't meet, but in these times, they decided it was okay. So here's to Todd and the crew, the Purple Building. That's where we'll be next week. Yeah, and then back here for a long time. I think that's the plan. So here we go. I'll send this out to Todd and the boys over there. This is, and my buddy Core Blonde. Send it out to all my friends, all my running buddies. This is called My Friends. If I can remember it, let's see. I tell from my hometown it's a hot mess when you're hellbound on my old friends. Look a little rough, dust in the blood. We prayed for the rain, we drowned in the flood with you, my old friends. My friends pick me up when I try to fall down. My friends, they make up for all my lost crime. My friends, they've seen every side of me. Santa Fe to Birmingham, you've always known the way I am. My old friends. Boulder Town, a pretty dress, all that wasn't meant to be, I guess. My old friends. My friends spend my money every last chance. My friends, they done taught this devil to dance. My friends, they sing a wild melody. Breaking hearts, losing fights, singing songs throughout the night with you, my old friends. I got lost a while, fell off the map. I never planned on coming back to you, my old friends. But my friends pick me up when I try to fall down. My friends, they make up for all my lost crime. My friends, they've seen every side of me. My friends spend my money every last chance. My friends, they done taught this devil to dance. My friends, they sing a wild melody. Yeah, my friends, they sing a wild melody. See him wasted on the sidewalk, in his jacket and his jeans, wearing yesterday's misfortunes like a smile. Once he had a future full of money, love and dreams, which he spent like they was going out of style. But he keeps right on a-changing, for the better or the worse, searching for a shrine he's never found. Never knowing if believing is a blessing or a curse. or if the going up was worth the coming down. He's a poet, he's a picker, he's a prophet, and he's a pusher. He's a pilgrim and a preacher, and a problem when he's stoned. He's a walking contradiction, partly truth and partly fiction, but taking every wrong direction on his lonely way back home. He has tasted good and evil in your bedrooms and your bars, and he's traded in tomorrow for today, running from his devil's lord and reaching for the stars, and losing all he loves along the way. But if this world keeps right on turning, for the better or the worse, all he ever gets is older and around. From the rocking of the cradle to the rolling of the hearse, the going up was worth the coming down. He's a poet, he's a picker, he's a prophet, and he's a pusher. He's a pilgrim and a preacher, and a problem when he's stoned. He's a walking contradiction, partly truth and partly fiction, but taking every wrong direction on his lonely way back home. There's a lot of wrong directions on that lonely way back home. Whew. That's the song right there. That's about as good as it gets for me. Well, I gotta take, sorry. I try not to undress during my shows with any regularity, but it's hot in here. I have to keep the air conditioning turned off so that it doesn't, I've got like a wall unit and it makes too much noise to do a show. But that's just one of the sacrifices I make to deliver a high quality, or at least a middling quality performance here. How we doing, everybody? Y'all okay out there? Right on. Yeah, that song. There's a couple really formative moments for me in my life musically that really put me on this path and lit that fire for me. The first one was I had a Kenny Rogers Greatest Hits tape when I was a kid, and all those story songs really just did it for me. Lucille and Coward of the County, The Gambler. And so I would just hang out under the stairwell with the old tape cassette and listen to those songs over and over again. And then the second really formative thing was Bob Dylan, discovering him, and pretty much all of it. I mean, that's just been a lifelong journey. And then the third for me was Christopherson, and I remember I was in high school at my girlfriend's house. And her parents had this like greatest hits record, and they put that on, or I put that on. And I remember lying on the floor on the carpet, looking up at the ceiling and hearing that voice come out. And I started out writing this song about Norman Norbert, Funky Donnie Fritt. Ended up writing about Dennis Hopper, blah blah blah. It goes on, and I'm like, what is this? This is as cool as. He hadn't even started singing yet, but just the sound of his voice, and he's name dropping all these people they named Funky Donnie Fritt, and who I wasn't familiar with at the time. I recognized Dennis Hopper, but anyway, that was so cool for me. And then he started singing the song, and I thought, my God, this is the perfect song. And anyway, so I'm a huge Chris fan. And one of the highlights of my life was I did a show a few years back. Jack Ingram, my friend, throws an event every year down in Austin with Matthew McConaughey and Mac Brown, the former coach of the University of Texas Longhorn football team. It's called the Mac, Jack, and Matthew something or other shindig thing. And it's always fun. There's a golf tournament. I got to golf once with McConaughey and Lance Armstrong. That was my pairing. That was a trip. Anyway, there was all sorts of folks at this thing this one year, and I ended up doing a song swap with Bruce Robeson, Todd Snyder, and Bob Schneider. And Chris Christopherson was the guest of honor, and I played a song and told a whole story about Chris and how much he meant to me. And after the show, we were on stage, and he came over. He watched the entire show from the stage. He sat there and watched all these artists perform. And afterwards, he came up to me and said, "Man, if I had anything to do with what you just did up there, that fills my heart." Something to that effect. And I just thought, just to sit there and be talking to Chris Christopherson was one thing. There was about 2,000 people watching us have this conversation was another thing. But that he was acknowledging how much he meant to me, but also that he appreciated the song I had played, and I don't know, it's just definitely a life highlight. I was on cloud nine I still am, actually. That's 10 years ago, I think, and I still get giddy about it. So. I've seen you at the window, I've heard you at the door. I felt the world convince you could even up the score. Watched you carry all the memories from a life that came before and then went away. But I will stay. I remember how you told me you felt it all might fall apart. You barely made it into this world, and you've been fighting from the start. It's not easy to believe, but I will protect your heart in every way, and I will stay. Warm rain on the water, lone star in the night, brave dreams to hold on to. It will be alright. And it's hard to keep believing all the stories you've been told, and to watch the way you try, babe, to say it's sad to behold. And sometimes you will get angry, and sometimes you will get cold, but that's okay. I will stay. There's a ghost in every garden and a lock on every door, and all of them remind you of the ones who came before. There's a pain in every memory you don't have to hold no more. Now the summer sun is fading and the autumn's in the hall, and if time would just stop moving, it wouldn't bother you at all. But your story isn't finished, you got so much more to say, and I can't wait. So I will stay. I will stay. All right. I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna get off the microphone. Y'all tell me if you can hear this all right. And if not, I don't know what we'll do, but all right. And everybody, welcome to Alone Together Tuesday. If you're just tuning in, I'm Hayes Carll. We're here every week. Me, and some other folks. Sometimes my wife comes and joins me. Sometimes she doesn't. You never know. It depends what sort of, how we're doing. And coming to you from Nashville, Tennessee. Um, let's see. I wanted to tell Julie and Troy Baldwin, I think. It's your 33rd anniversary. Troy, Julie wanted me to say happy anniversary to you. And she says y'all watch every week. So, sorry, I'm trying to get better about reading messages and giving people shout outs. But thank y'all for tuning in and congratulations. Happy anniversary to you. Yeah, what else is happening? I put out a single last week for my new record, and I'm putting out another one on Thursday for a song. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and play that. I'm putting out this song. This is by a Canadian friend of mine named Scott Nolan from Winnipeg, Manitoba, and I recorded like a rock version of this on my third record, Trouble in Mind. But when the pandemic hit, I decided I wanted to make a record here just in my house. I got a few devices. I called Will Kimbrough, and he told me what microphone to buy and how to record myself. And I made a record here. And then I sent it over to Daryl Scott, and Daryl did his magic on it. And it's really cool. I'm very proud of it. And it'll come out in just a few weeks. I think there's a link on here if you want to order it. Some wicked cool yellow vinyl that I'll send a link out about tomorrow. But anyway, but this is one of the songs that's on it, and I'm gonna release this on Thursday. So keep an eye out if you would. And I was at a Fred Eaglesmith festival somewhere in Southern Ontario, hanging out with my buddy Donnie Corville in a campground, and he played this song, and I thought that's an amazing song. He said it's by Scott Nolan, and I said, I need to learn that. And so, let's see. I'm gonna turn this back on here. I'm not gonna use that other guitar after all. So let's see. Arkansas, my head hurts. Yeah, I'd love to stick around and maybe make it worse. But I've got a girl out in Henrietta, and her love is like tornado weather. And it's girls like her that keep me trying. She goes off like an air raid siren. Come in clean, leave torn apart, with a bad liver and a broken heart. With a bad liver and a broken. Indian summer, Oklahoma sunset. If there's a nicer place, I haven't been there yet. I'm standing outside of the blue door. I'm too tired for sleep and too drunk for more. And it's nights like these that keep me trying. A woman always knows when a man is lying. It ain't me, I'm just playing the part, with a bad liver and a broken heart. With a bad liver and a broken. I'm gonna get old before I'm any good at this. Who's the president and what year is this? Why doesn't anybody speak about truth anymore? Maybe that's what songs are for. You're the wind and I'm on fire. In this line of work, no one retires. Come in clean, leave torn apart, with a bad liver and a broken heart. 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 Scott Nolan tune on my new record called Alone Together Sessions, coming out October 3rd. I just made that date up. I'm not even sure if that's real. I think it's coming out earlier than that. I think it's coming out like in a couple of weeks. I should know these things. But I know that that song is coming out in 2 days on Thursday. And I recorded it right here in this room. And my wife Allison came in and sang the harmony on the chorus. And then Daryl Scott put a little bit of slide guitar on it. And that's it, just the three of us. So you can pre-order that if you're interested. And I'm even signing the vinyl for the first however many, I don't know, 500 or 1,000 or, I don't know, I'll sign as many as we sell. If you'll buy it, I'll sign it. That's my new policy. Yeah. All right, let's see. Laura Wisdom, would you wish Thomas Durnan a happy birthday? It is today, and we watch each week, too. Happy birthday, Thomas. Laura, I recognize your name from Patreon. I think that's correct. And also, I've written it on postcards several times, I believe. It's funny, I send out these postcards every week, and I start to, a lot of the names are familiar. They come in. So thank you, everybody, so much. Those of y'all that support the show and support me and my family. It means a lot. And tonight, a percentage of the proceeds are going to go to the Old Quarter Acoustic Cafe. It's the club that I came up in down in Galveston, Texas. And you know, music venues have been hit about as hard as anybody during this whole pandemic because they, you know, just can't open. So they're having to pay rent, but there's no income coming in. So we did a fundraiser this week for them, and then a percentage of tonight's show will go to help them out as well. But it's a really amazing little club. It's an iconic place, and I would not be here if I had not stumbled into that bar one night. And yeah. So if you contribute to the show, not only will you be supporting me and you get a postcard, but you're supporting a great cause in the Old Quarter Acoustic Cafe. So, all right. Let's see, I saw a request here for chickens, and I'm going to do it. This is a song that I wrote with Ray Wiley Hubbard. And it's not our best song, but it's a song. Well, I got chickens in my front yard. What they do is scratch and pick. Yeah, I got chickens in my front yard. What they do is scratch and they pick. I come supper time, I go out there, gonna find me one and wring its neck. Oh, it ain't meanness, y'all. It's just hungry is what I am. Nah. homeless. It's just hungry is what I am. There ain't nothing in this world better than fried chicken, yes ma'am. If it rains today, all the backyard will turn to mud. If it rains today, oh, the backyard will turn to mud. If it don't, it won't. Either way, it won't rile my blood. Ew. Smooth. And now I'm sitting on my porch swing, watching the sky in Whitland Wood. Yes, I'm sitting on my porch swing, watching the sky in Whitland Wood. There's an old crow dancing on a clothesline, counting his toes and feeling good. I got chickens in my front yard. What they do is scratch and peg. Yeah, I got chickens in my front yard, but what they do is scratch and they peg. Ah, come supper time, I'll go out there, gonna find me one to wring its neck. Oh, it ain't meanness, y'all, it's just hungry is what I am. All right, just hungry is what I am. Speaking of hungry, I got a dog and it's eating me out of house and home. And ate our couch the other day. My wife, that's one of the reasons I'm out here in the doghouse, because she's pissed that I brought this creature into our home. It wakes me up at 5 every morning, wants to get out and go for a walk, and eats John Henry's food. Everything about it's a pain in the ass, but I love her. But I also am thinking about, if any of y'all want a dog, reach out to me. All right. I saw John asked me to play a town song. Let me think on that, John. I'm thinking about what I can do. Charles, I'm glad you were one of the two of the 8 people at the gig the other night. I'm exaggerating a little bit. They sold 100 tickets to the shows, the early and the late show, each one. But I think a few people didn't show up because we sold all the tickets, but a few people didn't come. So it was just odd. It's a 350-seat room, and there was maybe 80 people in it, and which was great. I was happy to be playing music, and I'm grateful to anybody that came out. It was just weird to be back out there again in front of people. All right. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm gonna do a couple more, and then we'll get out of here. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I needed to tell you guys. I think that's about it. I always feel like I'm selling something. I really just want to play music, but yeah, there's no but. That's just what I'll do. I'd have to be crazy to quit all my singing and never play music again. You call me a fool if I grabbed up that top hat and ran out to flag down the wind. And I'd have to be weird to grow me a beard just to see what the rednecks would do. And I'd have to be crazy, plumb out of my mind, to fall out of love with you. I know I've done weird things. I told people I hear things when silence was all in a bounds. There've been days when it pleased me to be on my knees, following answers that crawl across the ground. I've been insane on a train, but I'm still me again. And the place where I hold you is true. So I know I'm alright, 'cause I'd have to be crazy to fall out of love with you. Now and I don't intend to, but should there come a day when I say I don't love you, you can lock me away. I'd have to be dingy, so living in an envelope, just waiting all alone for the stamp. You swear I was loco to rub for a genie while burning my hand on the lamp. And I may not be known, but nobody is. So I'd like to say before I'm through that I know I'm alright, 'cause I'd have to be crazy to fall out of love with you. Yeah, I know I'm alright, 'cause I'd have to be crazy to fall out of love with you. All right, that was the great Steve Fromholtz with a song made famous by Willie Nelson. That reminds me of so many songs I was going to play and I forget. I got to do a better job of making my set list. I spend all day trying to make it, like work. There's lights and Wi-Fi and landlines and cameras and all this stuff. And I'm not a tech guy, so it's always nerve-wracking for me. Wish I could just relax and play the show, which I'm trying to do. I'm getting better at it, but it's just, yeah. Okay. Let's see here. All right. Well, I saw a request for a town song. I'm gonna try it here. Well, don't you take it too bad if you're feeling, I'm feeling. If you're feeling unloving, if you're feeling alone, don't you take it too bad, 'cause it ain't you to blame, babe. Oh, it's some kind of game made out of all of this living that we got left to do. Oh, and if you go searching for rhyme or for reason, then you won't have the time that it takes just for talking about the places you've been, babe, about the faces you've seen, babe. Oh, and how soft the time flies past your window at night. And we just can't have that, girl, 'cause it's a sad, lonesome, cold world. And a man needs a woman just to stand by his side. whisper sweet words in his ears about daydreams. Oh, and roses and playthings, and the sweetness of springtime, and the sound of the rain. Well, as long as I'm doing covers, I'm going to do one more here, and then one or two of my own, and then we're going to call it a night. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Don't forget, if you contribute to the show, you get a postcard as long as your address is on there. PayPal usually has the address, but if you tip through Venmo, make sure you leave an address if you want a postcard in the notes section. And I've got a new card this week that nobody's seen before. Very exciting. It's like, well, it's just a photo of me, but still, it's gonna be cool. And a portion of this week's show goes to contribute goes towards helping the Old Quarter Acoustic Cafe during this really dark time for music venues. And what else? We got a new record out in like a month, and you can pre-order that. And I'll be here every Tuesday. Well, actually, next Tuesday I'm going to be at the Purple Building in East Nashville, Tennessee, where my buddy Todd Snyder and his crew hole up and do their shows at every Sunday afternoon at 11. If y'all don't know, I think most of y'all probably do know, but every Sunday at 11, Todd does a show. And also my wife does a show every other Sunday at 11. And she also does some on Saturday nights. And the last two she did, you go back and check out Allison Moore's Facebook page or her Facebook page. She's been on fire lately. Yeah. Let me see if I can remember this here. All the snow has turned to water. Christmas days have come and gone. Broken toys and faded colors, all that's left to linger on. And I hate graveyards and old pawn shops, for they always bring me tears. I can't forgive the way they robbed me of my childhood souvenirs. Memories that can't be bought, can't be won at carnivals for free. But it took me years to get those souvenirs, and I don't know how they slipped away from me. Broken down and dirty windows make life difficult to see. That's why last night and this morning they both look the same to me. And I hate reading old love letters, for they always bring me tears. I can't forgive the way they robbed me of my sweetheart's souvenirs. Memories that can't be bought and can't be won at carnivals for free. It took me years to get those souvenirs, and I don't know how they slipped away from me. Great John Prine. Another artist we lost this year. And, it's been rough. It's been a rough one. This is, I hope y'all can still hear me. This is my first guitar that I got when I was 15 years old. And my friend Kerry Welton sat on it in New Orleans, Louisiana, on one drunken evening, and broke it, and then I got it fixed years later, and I still play it. I've written a lot of songs on this guitar. This is one I wrote with my friend Johnny Burke. We'll send this out to Justin. I walk the highway since I can hush. I walk the highway since I can't remember. I cut my poor family right down to the bone. From the shadows of hell into the winds of December, I lay down with a stranger, woke up all alone. So don't let me fall, 'cause I might not get up again. Just hold me tight, 'cause right now what I need's a friend. I've come too far for this to be the end. Don't let me fall, 'cause I might not get up. God knows I've tried to hold on to a feeling, a song or a memory to keep in my heart. And I ask forgiveness from those I've forsaken. Forgiveness don't come and it tears me apart. So don't let me fall, 'cause I might not get up again. Just hold me tight, 'cause right now what I need's a friend. I've come too far for this to be the end. Don't let me fall, 'cause I might not get up. Killing this pain outside in the rain. One hand holds a bottle, one hand holds my shame. I don't know which comes first, I don't know which is worse, riding behind or inside the hearse. So don't let me fall, 'cause I might not get up again. Just hold me tight, 'cause right now what I need's a friend. I've come too far for this to be the end. Don't let me fall, 'cause I might. Don't let me fall, 'cause I might. Don't let me fall, 'cause I might not get up. Hi, Miss Moore.
Hi.
How you doing? Good. Just about to wrap this up. Yeah? You up for singing a song with me while you're here? Okay. All right, everybody. Well, thank you again for tuning in. My wife just popped in, and I think that she may sing a song with me here. If she can, we'll see. She's checking on the kiddo. I switched to wine. Yeah. I'm trying to think what we should do. All good? Relatively. I don't know if there's a place to.
Oh well. Certainly contorted myself in worse ways.
Yeah, I just told them to watch your show last Saturday. You contorted yourself. It was fun.
What you want to do?
A duet, a proper duet. Let's
Okay.
see.
Are you not singing in the microphone anymore?
Oh, I am. Sorry. I took the microphone away to do that one song on the baritone, and the baritone doesn't work on the amp. Anyway, well, can you? Is there room there for you?
I can try.
All right. Let's see if we can do this.
I'll hang on to.
Hang on to the edge.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it there. All right. I've never been the lucky one. I watch my dreams all turn and run. Why they left me alone, thinking they'd come back someday. Well, it turns out I was wrong, 'cause time don't wait for anyone. And now I stand here like a school kid hoping that it's not too late.
Well, here goes my heart again, foolish as it's ever been, always leading me somewhere that I couldn't stay. But I'm not gonna look behind, there's nothing there I wanna find. So I'll stand here and face you and promise I won't run away.
Under the sun, there ain't nothing new. There's lovers and leavers and moments forgotten and dreams that don't ever come true. And even though I'm afraid, I'm gonna stand my ground. If it's not asking too much, love, don't let me down. Now here I stand in front of you, just hoping that my best will do. I'm a good man, a loving man who just needs someone to hold.
I can see it in your face, your love can fill up this empty space, and the years up ahead don't have to feel stand alone. Under the sun, oh, there ain't nothing new. And maybe it's crazy to keep chasing after these dreams that don't ever come true. And even though I'm afraid, I'm gonna stand my ground. And if it's not asking too much, love, don't let me down. If it's not asking too much, love, don't let me down. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Thank y'all for joining us. Allison, thank you very much. You can catch her. When's your next show?
Sunday.
It's this Sunday.
11.
Okay. This Sunday at 11.
Soul Soothing Sunday songs.
Soul Soothing Sunday songs. And they are soul soothing indeed. And yeah, thank y'all for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. Shoot me a line. I'll shoot you a postcard. And yeah, I hope to see you next Tuesday. Tell your friends. And we'll be at the Purple Building. And yeah, it's going to be a good time. So, all right. I know this is a tough time for everybody. And I just want to finish by telling you that I'm thinking I'm trying to put good energy out into the world and be positive during what is a really challenging time. I hope y'all can do the same, and we'll all get through this together. Until next week, y'all take care. Adios.